Luke Grimes breaks silence on Yellowstone dad Kevin Costner's exit ahead of final season. Luke Grimes has given his take on Yellowstone's patriarch Kevin Costner making his exit, leaving John Dutton's story unfinished. Kayce Dutton star Luke Grimes is behind the youngest of the powerful family, whose loyalties have been tested due to his marriage to Broken Rock Indian Reservation resident Monica Long, played by Kayce Asbill. Having been in the Paramount Network drama from the very beginning, Luke will be back for the second half of Season 5, which will be the show's final outing. But not everyone is expected to return, with Kevin announcing earlier this year that he would be taking a step back from the show. This was due to scheduling conflicts with his own upcoming film Horizon, an American saga which has been in the works for decades. Months after the news broke of Kevin's departure from the show, his on-screen son Luke has finally given his take on the situation. The star noted that while it was disappointing that John Dutton's star left earlier than anticipated, he understands where the 69-year-old is coming from. He commented how Kevin had become busy with passion projects, and in particular Horizon, an American saga which comes out in June. Luke told The Independent, "Whatever happened there is unfortunate if it's changed anything about how the show was going to unfold." Nevertheless, he added, "At a certain point, you gotta do what you gotta do, man," he added. "You gotta do what you love." Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan previously told The Hollywood Reporter that he was disappointed by Kevin's decision to leave, but stated it hadn't altered his opinion of the star as an actor. "I've never had an issue with Kevin that he and I couldn't work out on the phone," Sheridan said. "But once lawyers get involved, then people don't get to talk to each other and start saying things that aren't true and attempt to shift blame based on how the press or public seem to be reacting. He took a lot of this on the chin, and I don't know that anyone deserves it. His movie seems to be a great priority to him, and he wants to shift focus. I sure hope the movie is worth it, and that it's a good one." Despite his departure from the show, it seems that Kevin may be interested in returning to the hit Western series for the final lot of episodes after all. He told Entertainment Tonight, "I've loved making that series. I've made 5 seasons of it. Maybe this will circle back to me. If it does and I feel really comfortable with it, I'd love to do it." So is John Dutton's story going to be concluded after all following Kevin's U-turn? As Yellowstone fans eagerly anticipate the upcoming final season, one question lingers in the minds of many. What is the future of the Dutton family, especially with Kevin Costner's unexpected departure from the series? The beloved actor, who portrayed the iconic patriarch John Dutton, was a cornerstone of the show, and his exit has been a major talking point among fans and cast members alike. While much has been said about the exit from the production side, one of the series stars, Luke Grimes, who plays John's son Kayce Dutton, recently broke his silence on the topic. For months, rumors had swirled about Costner's behind-the-scenes tension with Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan, with reports citing scheduling conflicts and creative differences as contributing factors. As the news of Costner's exit broke, fans were left to grapple with the looming question of how Yellowstone would move forward without the actor who had been a central figure since its premiere in 2018. The show's portrayal of the Dutton family and their sprawling Montana ranch was built on Costner's strong, compelling performance, and the series' success was undeniably tied to his presence. Now, with the final season approaching, Grimes, who plays Kayce, John's youngest and most emotionally complex son, has offered a candid reflection on Costner's departure and how it has affected not only the Dutton family dynamic on-screen, but the cast off-screen as well. Speaking in a recent interview, Grimes opened up about his experience navigating this transition, what it meant for the Yellowstone family, and how the show would continue without its leading man. Kevin's been such a huge part of this show. It's hard to imagine Yellowstone without him, especially when you've worked with someone for so long, Grimes began. He described the relationship between the Duttons as a deeply entrenched family dynamic, one that extended beyond the boundaries of the script. It's not just an on-screen thing. We spend a lot of time together off-screen, and there's a certain rhythm that comes from that familiarity. Kevin has always been a steady presence, and I think everyone who's worked with him respects how he carries that character. John Dutton is a once-in-a-lifetime role, and Kevin made it his own. Grimes admitted that when the news of Costner's exit hit, it left a palpable shift on set. It was definitely a strange feeling when we found out Kevin wouldn't be returning for the final season. I think everyone felt it, not just because he's a huge star, but because of what he's brought to the Dutton family. We all had our characters, but the show was built around his presence. Despite the shock, Grimes praised the resilience of the Yellowstone cast and crew, noting that they all shared a deep commitment to finishing the series on a high note. It was a tough pill to swallow at first, Grimes confessed. But Taylor, the writers, and the rest of the cast have been amazing. We all knew we had to step up and find a way to finish this story. John Dutton might not be there in the same way, but the legacy of the Duttons is still alive, and we've all been working really hard to give the fans the closure they deserve. For Grimes, the loss of Costner left Kayce in a unique position. The character of Kayce has always been torn between loyalty to his father and the complicated, sometimes painful relationship with his own sense of self. With John Dutton no longer in the picture in the same way, Grimes hinted that Kayce would face new emotional and narrative challenges in the final season. Kayce's journey has always been about reconciling his past with his future, his relationship with his father, and his responsibility to his family and the ranch, Grimes explained. Without John being there in the way he was before, it changes everything for Kayce. He's going to be forced to step into a new role, and that means confronting a lot of things he might have been avoiding. Grimes went on to say that while Costner's departure was undoubtedly a challenge, it also provided an opportunity for the remaining cast to explore new emotional depths and storylines. Sometimes when things change, it opens up a whole new chapter, Grimes said thoughtfully. I think that's what the final season is really about. It's not just about closing one door, but about opening a new one for the next generation of Duttons. Kayce has a responsibility, and I think we're going to see him step into that in ways that are both surprising and emotional. Though the loss of Costner's character, John Dutton, is certainly a major turning point for the series, Grimes expressed a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunity to work alongside the veteran actor. Kevin's been an incredible mentor to me, even in the short time I've been working with him. He's someone who's always been generous with his advice and wisdom, not just as an actor, but as a person. It's something I'll carry with me for the rest of my career. Grimes also reflected on how the experience of working on Yellowstone had shaped him as an actor. The whole process of playing Kayce has been transformative. There's so much depth to this character, and every season has brought new challenges and rewards. But what's been most meaningful to me is how we've built this family on screen. It's not just the Duttons, but the whole crew. It's rare to have that kind of camaraderie in a show, and I think that's part of why Yellowstone has resonated with so many people. It feels real. It feels earned. As the final season draws closer, Grimes remains focused on finishing the story of the Dutton family with the same passion and integrity that has defined Yellowstone from the beginning. It's an honor to be a part of this show, and it's an honor to be able to finish this journey with the fans who've supported us all along, he said. I'm really proud of what we've done, and I hope the final season lives up to everything people expect. With the absence of Kevin Costner's John Dutton, the future of the Dutton family is in the hands of the remaining characters. And Luke Grimes' Kayce Dutton is undoubtedly poised to take on an even larger role. As the final season unfolds, the dynamic of the Dutton family will shift. But Grimes is confident that the legacy of Yellowstone will continue to resonate. And as for his own future, Grimes remains committed to Kayce's evolution and to bringing a satisfying conclusion to a story that has captivated millions.